Hey everyone, it is BravoCon 2025. It's the weekend. I told you I'd be hopping on here a bunch this weekend. Nobody believed me when I said I was going to be covering BravoCon all weekend. I really need to be doing this every half an hour, but here we are. So let's just see how this schedule is going to go this weekend. I don't know. It's our first time doing this. Let's see how it goes. Very short episodes. We're going to be responding to things every few hours in real time. First of all, our episode this morning, Tamra Judge receives death threats. Joe Gorga's dark secret, Karen Huger at BravoCon, and Emily Simpson's lies. Listen to that. It's a full episode, about 45 minutes to an hour this morning. Don't miss out on that episode. These episodes, BravoCon, we're just going to cover it all as it happens. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It's in real time. Let's do this, you guys. Is there anywhere else to start other than Andy Cohen in New Jersey? Listen, this isn't about David being right because I am so wrong. And it's great to be wrong in life. But I told you guys, day after day, week after week, month after month, month after bloody month, I have been saying we are not going to get a New Jersey announcement at BravoCon. We are going to get a Real Housewives of New York announcement at BravoCon. I'm very well aware of what they're saying about RHONJ, and we will get to that soon. So I've said this. I said New Jersey's not coming. New York is coming. Now, Andy has confirmed New Jersey is not coming. We are not getting a New Jersey announcement this weekend. Is anyone shocked? If you listen to Behind the Velvet Rope on a regular daily basis, you shouldn't be shocked. Andy said, and I quote, there are no Jersey announcements. We'll announce something when the casting's right. We're not going to be back. We're not going to be backed into something that isn't great because Jersey fans deserve greatness and we're not there yet. I love this statement. I think there's a lot packed into this statement. He's saying there's no Jersey announcement coming this weekend. Here we are. It's not coming. I've been saying that for months. So I think, and we'll announce something when the casting's right. We're not going to be backed into something that isn't great. Real Housewives of New York City, Jenna Lyon, Cy, Aaron. I know some of them are coming back. Bryn, Uba. This changed the game. The RHONJ reboot was a game changer. At the end of Andy's career, when they asked him of the absolute highs and the absolute mistakes on the heels of his retirement, he will admit rebooting RHONJ completely was a mistake. You got your way, Luann. You got your way, Dorinda. You got your way, Sadia. It was a mistake. They will never do that again. So they are not going to rush into a reboot or a cast of old and new ever again. And you know what, guys? Don't you love this? Isn't this amazing? Do you want this show back if it's not going to be great? How wonderful is it that we're being told by Boss Man that we are not there and we are not getting a show? Bravo! No pun intended. I don't want Atlanta back. I don't want Potomac back. I don't want Next Gen back. I don't want the Valley back. I don't want anything back if you don't have it right. We are loving All's Fair. We are loving Selling the OC, which dropped this week. Owning Manhattan with Ryan Serhant, brilliant, is coming December 5th. We love scripted shows. I'm loving this season of The Kardashians. Lots of people love Sister Wives. Ask our little Sarah Fraser. We don't want it if it's not going to be right. So great. He said Jersey fans want greatness and they deserve greatness. Yes, and yes, take your time. You gotta, I think the tree stumps have to come to reality. You have to come to reality. People saying nothing means anything when Margaret was chosen and Dolores and Melissa and Teresa and Fessler, oh, they're all back. I've said for months that doesn't mean anything. I don't think it's good news for Margaret if Melissa and Teresa continue this reconciliation. It could be, doesn't mean, I mean, people saying Teresa's on 5 panels. It doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. They really don't know. It's not a game. They don't know what they're going to doing. I just talked about the fact that they were very close. They were test filming All of that is true. There's a Michelle Barone and there's a Michelle, I forgot her last name already, with a C. Someone was in my DMs. You mean Michelle Barone? I do not mean Michelle Barone. There were two Michelles. There's a Michelle Barone and there's a Michelle something with a fucking C. Michelle Cannoli, whatever the fuck her name is. They love the Michelle C girl. It didn't work. They're back to square one. Um, Here we are. I hear from behind the iron gates that Teresa is shocked. It is not taking it well, Andy's statement. But it doesn't mean Teresa is out. Look, there's one thing I know for sure. Dolores Catania and Melissa Gorga are the most on brand too. They will be back. Period. The end. They will be back. They are about to announce the hybrid cast of RHONJ and RHONJ coming back. We will get into that probably in an hour on another show. But the point is, Dolores is safe and Melissa is safe. They are absolutely positively both coming back. After that, I really don't know. It's not all bad news for Teresa. To be honest with you, if the show clearly was going to move on with Melissa and Dolores and Margaret and be light and bright without Teresa, it works both ways. It would have already been announced. So the good news for Teresa is if they could really reboot the franchise with Melissa and Dolores and Margaret wasn't going to be toxic like she usually is, and she wasn't going to be telling her lies and her bullshit and under the bed with Lexi's ass crack hanging out looking for the fucking finstas, and Margaret's going to forget about the goddamn pizza ovens and fucking behave herself, which I don't know if Margaret is capable of. It, if that was the case, Dolores, Melissa, and Margaret, yeah, these other women aren't working out. They'll find others. I'm not sure they know what to do. I'm not so sure they're convinced it's going to be without Teresa. So there is some good news for Teresa. So, but we're nowhere. And I love that Andy has announced that it's not coming back unless we get it right. It's not great news for Teresa. It's not great news. Nobody cares about the reconciliation. We're not, if this comes back with Teresa and Melissa and Dolores and no Margaret, it needs to be an ensemble cast. Teresa needs to interact. You know what the thing is? Teresa was just on the red carpet with Chanel Ayan. They've given Chanel Ayan a job that she's covering the carpet. We canceled your show. But she was interviewing Andy and she was interviewing all the Bravo celebrities and she's actually good at it. And she was interviewing Teresa. And I gotta say, even in answering questions on a carpet, Teresa just seems so like she just doesn't want to be there. So that's the problem, Teresa. If you come back, it's only going to work if you're an ensemble and light and bright. So nothing is being announced. I don't think it's great news for Teresa, but I don't think it's bad news because if they really were ready to go ahead with Melissa and Margaret and Dolores and they were test filming and they were going to go this route, they still might go that route with no Teresa, but I'm not sure. I just want to say one thing. So that's Andy's big announcement. I just want to say one thing. They were about to announce the hybrid RHONJ cast of old and new. I have the thing here from New Jersey, and I'm looking at it. We don't have the same